there, welcome to the second week of Mermay. If you missed the first week, I will pop it right here so that you can have a look at that one. It's a really interesting set of prompts this week, so I hope you enjoy.
If there's a world where we don't end up together, I'm gonna lose my mind. And if this life really does go.
The first prompt starting off the second week is dystopian, and I honestly really love this prompt. I think there's so many different ways you could go with this. The main thing that I tried to do for this one was go for a slightly Mad Max inspired theme. I wanted to go for really interesting clothes, so that's kind of what I went for, just a really interesting look and style. I really love the flowy background too, and I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to make the tail look like a pair of cargo pants. Yeah.
My time thinking, just so I'm sure what we're doing. 'Cause I don't wanna take it back. We got something that can last. We can mess it up if we keep moving too fast. Oh.
You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith, and I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you. Tell me how much longer do I have to wait?
I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith.
And I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you.
The second prompt is heartbreak, and unfortunately it's on the underside of the last one, so I had to be a little bit careful, but I knew that I wanted to do wet and wet for the hair. I really love the flowiness that gave, and I decided to do a person in the fetal position, very sad and heartbroken, and I kept it really simple. moving on to the next day now. The prompt is celestial, and I was only able to get 2 prompts done the previous day, which I guess was kind of what I'd expected. But for this one, I definitely had bigger ideas. I wanted to do a really dark background that kind of looked space and galaxy themed, and then the person in front was going to be kind of angel-like, very light, very fair. And that's really what I went for. I used a gel pen, well, a glittery and a white gel pen, and I really like how this one turned out, so I hope you enjoy. Whilst I was adding the metallic gel pen here, I actually tried something just to see if it would work. I got a slightly damp paintbrush and tried to smudge it, and honestly this worked. This was a really awesome find, but it kind of did work a little bit like watercolour, so there's a little top tip for you. The 11th prompt is villain, and this is such an amazing prompt. There's so many different ways you could go with this, there's so many different villains. But the one that I keep coming back to is, I don't know if you can guess who this is just yet, but it's Mother Gothel. Mother Gothel in Tangled is such a good villain, and honestly, when I was a child, I didn't get it. I didn't understand how she was a villain, and then I rewatched it in adulthood and kind of realised that it's because of a lot of those traits I'd actually seen myself, so I didn't really see them as bad traits. Now that I'm older, I can see all of the manipulative things that Mother Gothel does, and she really is an amazing villain.
Well, maybe you just need some help getting back, but that's not something they tell you these days. I never wanted to be that girl, but I'm stuck on this rural street, and my smile won't come but my hair still curls, and I guess that's how they recognize me. I'm not actually here anymore. I've forgotten what I came here for. You with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. You with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. There's no one around for miles. They left me here in the dark. with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. You with the bright eyes, I envy you. Cold and bitter, that's what I've come to. And I'm done with the pain, and I'm done playing games with everyone. And
The next prompt is companion, and for this one, obviously I knew that I was going to be doing 2 characters, I guess, and I decided to go for characters that are really quite well known. I decided to do Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, but in my own kind of style. I don't think there's too much likeness there, but I made sure to get the t-shirt accurate, and the tail is kind of the colour of his pants, and I think the fish version of Scooby-Doo does actually look like him. I really like this page. I think there's enough likeness there that I'm happy with it, but there definitely could be more. Believe it or not, I've never really done fan art, so this was kind of something new for me to actually be painting recognisable characters. And I've got to say, it's a lot more difficult than doing just random people. It's so much more difficult having to try and get so much likeness there. The final day was very busy. I knew that I wanted to do 2 prompts for most days and then 3 prompts just to finish off each of the weeks really. So I had to do 3 prompts this day. The prompt is old money, and this one I wanted to keep quite simple. I really like the fine line of this one. I do think it works. I was really confused by the prompt old money. I'd sort of looked it up online and there was lots of different ways to go for it, but a lot of the modern forms of old money were generally like a kind of plain tennis kind of look, and this one of Audrey Hepburn came up, which I really loved. I've changed it quite a lot. I think the dress is originally black and I decided to add a lot more colour, but I wanted to do a bit of like a jellyfish kind of mermaid in this challenge, and I thought it was the best opportunity. I really love the hat, and I feel like this is kind of more what I imagine with old money than the more modern take. As you can see, this is now distancing quite a bit from Audrey Hepburn. It was only loosely based on her. It was just the outfit, really. The outfit was what I tried to use, but I changed every single bit of the colours. Like, every colour is different. I really love this cool colour theme though.
Under the sky blue, you pull me closer and meet my view. My view is no one like you. Yeah, there's no one like you. Painting my view.
The final prompt of the second week is mama, and you might be thinking that I was going to go a maternal motherly route, and if you thought that, you're wrong. I thought of MCR. I didn't even think of Queen. Like, the first thing I thought of was MCR, and it was Gerard Way, and I knew that I wanted to attempt to paint Gerard Way in the whole Black Parade get-up. It was really difficult. As I said earlier, I really don't do fan art. I don't paint people that actually exist, like celebrities, and I really struggled to get the likeness there. It's something that I would love to practice because it was actually really fun trying to paint someone that I know, someone that I'm a fan of, and I did like it, but it's so much more difficult painting someone that you actually know because I feel like the pressure is a lot higher there. I wasn't even a fan of Mama on the entire Black Parade album. I think it's probably one of the weaker songs until I had it performed live, and honestly, that was the best song that they did that entire night when I saw MCR. Mama was so good live, and it really changed my entire perspective on the song. It's a really good song, and I don't know why I didn't see it before, but it was so good live. They were amazing, and I would go back to see them any day, honestly. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing what I got up to for week 2 of Mermay. I would love if you could let me know down below which ones are your favourites, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss week 3. I'll see you then. Bye bye.